Okay, so some of the footage is put together now, a little bit of an intro. Let's just see what that looks like. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. I might actually take that drone shot when she first starts singing. And we have to drag our keyframes probably over a little bit. No, we are good. Okay, sweet. So as you can see in the intro shot, I ended up using the vertical shot. It looks alright, and it will probably be on social media, so it's not too big of a deal that it's scaled up. So I have the car going in and then showing how bumpy it is, and then it cuts to us walking. So we're going into the hike. Just a quick gimbal shot of the ground, basically a POV of like us walking, and then us showing up to the waterfall here, and then it goes into the next couple shots, and then the title. And then as you can see, I edited them on the beat, so when that first hit comes, it switches. So when that beat comes down, I will make a transition. You don't have to do that for every single shot. You don't want it to be basically the same length for everything, but you want to listen to the beat and switch it up when you think it feels right. So when she starts talking there, that's why I wanted to bring in the drone shot a little bit earlier. And then when the whole beat comes in, that's when it switches to the full shot of my friend jumping in. Okay, so you can see some of these are actually color graded already. I love to just jump into the coloring and see what I can do with the footage, even though it should probably be the last thing you do. It doesn't really matter the order that you go in things, it's kind of to your own liking, so I definitely like to start with a title. That kind of gives me my intro space and then the rest of the footage to put in. And then from there, I do like to color grade pretty early on just to see what I can get out of this out of the footage. So I'll just teach you guys pretty quick. We can do this shot right here. It's not color graded. The more you know about color theory and the way colors work and which colors work together, the more understanding you'll have when it comes to color grading. But we'll just do like a basic color grade here, and then I'm gonna switch up the colors a little bit to a palette that I'm very into right now. It is dark greens with bright oranges, and then also because we have the water here, we can pull out a lot of teal. So let's just go ahead and do that. So what I like to do is usually warm up my footage. I probably don't have to do it a lot. I'm just gonna try 3, very subtle. I'm cool with that. I'm gonna bring the exposure down. This kind of flattens the image, and then we'll have more to play in the curves later. I'll also bring highlights down since it's pretty bright. This is an iPhone, so it's not the cleanest footage, but it's still gonna work. I'll bring up the shadows. I'll probably keep the whites fairly the same. I'll bring up the saturation just a little bit. In the creative tab, I will put a little bit of blue into the shadows and a little bit of orange and red into the highlights here. And then here in the curves, we are just going to make a curve. It's kind of whatever you like to your liking. I like to crush the blacks personally, just to bring down some shadows, and then bring the whites back up just a little bit to the original line. And that's looking pretty good right now. I'm happy with that. And now we're going to get into switching the colors. So just a little before and after. it was really bright before, so I brought down some of the brightness and then added a little bit more color in, and now we're going to play with the colors a little bit more. So let's go ahead and bring the blue up. It will look nice, and then we can bring down the orange and red a little bit because we will bring down the luminance, and then for the green we are going to desaturate just a little bit. And then here in the hues, this is where things get interesting. Let's start with the blues again. The blues are actually looking pretty good how they are. And then the greens is what will be changed the most for us, so I'm going to bring that down. I'm also going to bring some of the yellow down to change that. And then down in the luminance, we are going to bring orange down. We are going to bring green down a lot, but we want the blues back up. So that's looking pretty good. It's definitely changed up the scene a lot. It definitely just takes time practicing. So this is the one that we just did really quickly, and then let's just see what the other one I already did would look like. So this color grade took a lot more time, obviously, and I really liked the way that it turned out, so let's just see what that looks like. So that's actually not even going to work for this footage because of the iPhone quality, but we could probably adjust it a little bit more. The saturation of the orange has to definitely be taken down, and we should probably take down the highlights from before. So I think I might actually be more happy with that. So this is our second one, and this was the first. They're fairly similar. The orange in this one pops a little bit more, and there's a little bit more shine on it. Let's go ahead and copy that, and you can essentially copy this over to all the footage that you have. You might just have to adjust it according to the light, but if you are generally filming the same thing, in the same spot with the same light, then it will mostly be the same. The light for to this day was actually coming in and out, so some of the shots are actually too dark, so there would be a little bit more playing around there. But this is looking pretty good. Once you kind of get your general color grade down, I just will copy it onto every file and then adjust as needed. So this one's looking a little dark. We can bring up the shadows and maybe even the highlights a little bit, but we are in the shade. So we might even want to bring up a bit of the saturation in the greens. In this shot, it is a little too desaturated.